guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. So today's video we're going to be talking about the 2019 MacBook Pro 16-inch. Now, the MacBook Pro 16-inch is quite a refreshing computer when you look back over Apple's troubled past couple years with MacBooks. It's new, it's a bigger screen. I mean, there's a lot going for it. So in today's video we're going to be talking about what I think is good, finally been upgraded, whether you should get one, and how well it performs compared to my other computers, which is not going to be a fair comparison because my other computers are very old. So, let's get into today's video. Okay, so last year Apple finally upgraded their top-of-the-line MacBook. Before, you could kind of say their top-of-the-line MacBook was not so top-of-the-line. It had keyboard issues. The keys were sticking because they were trying to make it as small and thin as possible, so there was like less than a millimeter of travel, I think it was. And crumbs were getting stuck, dust was getting stuck below them. People were having to get their keyboards replaced like crazy. Another big issue from last 2 years ago and beyond's MacBook Pros is they overheated. Anywhere from the 2016 to the 2018 MacBook Pro overheated. You could practically grill a sandwich on these things. I'm not kidding. Watch the videos. I'll link some below. These things got insanely hot. The one I'll link below is actually one by Linus Tech Tips. They took its temperature when it was just doing something. I forget what they were doing on it. It was like 90 degrees. Now, Apple loves their quiet computers, but letting a CPU and GPU sit at 90 degrees is dangerously hot, not only for the user, but also the computer components. I'm not talking 90 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm talking 90 Celsius. Yeah, that's hot. Okay, so here we have the new, refreshed MacBook Pro, and so what's really new with it? Well, obviously it's a 16-inch as opposed to a 15-inch, so it's a bigger screen, but one way they kept this computer smaller is you would think it'd be a bigger computer all around. And while it is, it's not as big as you would think. It's not an inch bigger. What they actually did is slimmed the bezels down on the side, on the left and right sides, by like half. Yeah, so if I actually bring up a very bright wallpaper, so as you can see, they slimmed the bezels down quite a bit. And with that comes more screen real estate, which is great. And also, yeah, so of course with a new computer it always comes with a new processor. These are the latest processors. Let me check because I wrote something down in my notes that seemed like the wrong one. Yeah, okay, so this is the they're the new latest Core i9 Intel processors, and this thing can be maxed out to a beast. Talking an 8-core 2.4 gigahertz Core i9 processor, up to 64 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, you heard that right, 64. Up to an AMD Radeon 5600 imp with up to 8 gigabytes of VRAM, which is pretty crazy. You can get this thing up to 8 terabytes of storage. That's a lot. Nobody really needs that much, I don't think. Unless you're doing like some crazy big footage, like videos and stuff. If you're doing like 8K red raw footage, okay, I can see you need the 8 terabytes. So, along with that, so let's talk about my computer. I actually have the top spec, so I have the 2.4 gigahertz 8-core Intel Core i9, the AMD Radeon Pro 5600M with 8 gigs of VRAM, 8 terabytes of storage, 64 gigs of memory. Do I need all that? No, but it's great, and it should last me for a long time. Of course, the new ones do have the touch bar, so that did not go away. Same customizability. But the escape key and power button are now dedicated buttons. They are not built into the touch bar like they were before, where the escape key was part of the touch bar, so if the touch bar froze, you could not escape. Yeah. So I'm going to be comparing this to my laptop, which is a 2015 Core i5 1.9 gigahertz dual-core processor with 8 gigs of memory and 120 gigabyte SSD. This thing is going to blow them out of the water. So let's just look at that in a little more depth. So for that, we're going to go inside, put it up next to my other computers, and see what's really going on with this computer, because it's a beast. Also, a couple things they upgraded. Speakers, amazing, a lot of bass. And then, of course, they have not upgraded the mic, but they did upgrade the microphones, and that sounds much more like an actual mic you would want to use on your Zoom calls, which we all need to get used to at this point, or video chats or whatever. So, mic has gotten a lot better. Still the same 720 webcam, but mics are better, speakers are better, cooling is much better. With this computer, they actually aren't afraid to turbo the fans more, So if it's rendering video, to keep the temperatures down, they do actually turbo those fans more, which I am very glad to see because it was getting unreasonably hot and dangerous before. So, I'm going to go ahead and go inside and start talking about this computer with my other ones, and I'll see you and we're going to cut to that now. Alright, so computers have both done their synthetic benchmarks. This did it about 5 times before that finished at 1. And let's look at the scores. So on this computer, it's an Intel Core i5 5250U CPU. It's a 2-core 4-thread CPU running at 1.6 gigahertz. Of course, running macOS 10.16 or macOS 11, Big Sur, and of course that's the Intel HD Graphics 6000. You ready for this number? It scored, I can't find it so far down, 592. Yeah, 592. Okay, over here we have our wonderful MacBook Pro, Intel Core i9 9980HK CPU, 8 cores, 16 threads, 2.4 gigahertz, OS 10.15.6, and of course has a graphics card of an AMD Radeon Pro 5600M OpenGL engine. This scored a whopping 3,514. So, as you can see, much more powerful computer. It's also a MacBook Pro versus MacBook Air. It's a great computer is what I'm saying basically. So yeah, that's our synthetic benchmarks. Now for a little bit more of a real world test, I guess you could say. I'm going to go ahead. It's imported the footage, I assume. We're going to drop it down here. Okay, so we have the exact same project, 35 seconds, 135 megs. We're going to say share, file, share, file, 4K, ProRes, better quality. 4K, ProRes, better quality. And I'm going to bring down my stopwatch. Stopwatch. In 3, 2, 1. Well, crap. That messed up. Reset. Okay. Save to desktop. I forgot. I had to change this up. Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Exact same clip. Notice this one will also scrub. This one will not scrub. Okay, that one finished at 21 seconds and 21.87 seconds. Okay, this one took 21 seconds. And that one took 1 minute and 21 seconds. Okay, so it took 1 minute longer. Now let's see which one will play better. Okay, full screen this. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Obviously this one looks better because it's on a retina display. Looks a little washed out in the video, but trust me, it's not. There we go. Here's our 2 clips. So as you can see, much faster, much better, very powerful. And now back outside to finish the video. Okay, so as you saw, this computer compared to my other one blows them out of the water. No really surprise, it's a top-of-the-line computer from 2019. This one is. My other ones, though, were top-of-the-line in their respective years. I bought my iMac used, but when it was new, you could not get a more tricked-out iMac. And, actually, you could have gotten an SSD, but other than that, I had a spinning terabyte in there, but I upgraded that. Like I said, you could not have gotten it. That would have been a $2,000-$3,000 computer. My MacBook Air was top of the line, even though it didn't really seem like it. But it was more of a word-crunching document. I really struggled. I actually did edit 4K footage on that computer. It was hard, but I did. So as you can see, this is an extreme upgrade for me. I absolutely love it. So the question is, should you get it? Well, if you're doing a lot of high graphics-intensive video editing or rendering or 3D modeling stuff, maybe you should. But if you're just doing your average number crunching and document writing and YouTube watching, the MacBook Air works perfectly fine. They've upgraded them. You can get a quad-core 2.4 gigahertz processor, I'm pretty sure. I think you can get up to 16 gigs of RAM now. And you can get up to that 1 terabyte SSD in those. They're going to be perfectly fine for all your documents. If you do want to get a little more high-end computer, the MacBook Pro 13 is going to be perfectly fine. You can get that up to a quad-core CPU as well, and it's going to be a better CPU, so get that. But if you really do want to spend the big bucks and get something that's going to last you for a long time and edit those 8K videos you're recording, because I know you are, and do that 3D rendering and all that stuff in After Effects and DaVinci Resolve and Premiere Pro and Final Cut Pro, then maybe something like this is what you need. I mean, it's really up to you and what your budget is. So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this computer. It edits stuff flawlessly, like you saw, and thank you for watching this video. Hope you found it helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'm not sure what the next video is going to be. If you have any ideas of what it should be, comment below. I'd love to see your opinions and what you think I should be doing, and what it could be doing better or worse. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.